Okay, so let's talk about Toggl. Toggl is a time tracking software. You can use it on your PC, you can use it on your phone and download the app if you want. I've been really happy with just the free version, and I'm going to show you all the different functionality in this video. So, if you just go to Google and look up Toggl with no E, and if you get any sponsored ads, just make sure you scroll below those and just look for the actual Toggl link. It's going to take you to the landing page. Make sure you go ahead and create your free account. You should be able to create it with like just a regular Gmail, and you can start for free. There's plenty of functionality with just the free version. You should be able to do everything you need to do. It shouldn't cost you really anything. But go ahead and just sign up for free. And then once you get logged in, you're going to be brought to this landing screen. Now, real quick, let's talk about workspaces. So your organization is basically your business. If you're a solopreneur, that means that's you. Now, some people like to create different multiple workspaces. I really haven't found a need for that unless you wanted to, like, let's say, create a workspace for personal time tracking, like for your personal life, your family life, and then work related life. If you wanted to track them completely separately, you could. But the reason that I haven't found that to be super necessary is because you have an opportunity to create multiple clients down here. And so let me show you what I mean. So here's some clients, i.e. different things that, I put in here just to show you like an example of different things. You can separate all your clients out. And so when you run reports, you can actually do reporting and pull reporting for, this client or this business, this activity or family activity or, whatever. So if you wanted to have like your personal track, like personal things in here with family, with work, with clients, you could totally do it all in one workspace. But just know you do have the option to create multiple workspaces if you wanted to. Okay. But as I mentioned here, not really necessary, so to speak. So these are all just in here as different clients. And then each client has different projects. Okay. And you have complete control on what those projects are. You can add as many as you want. If you look over here on the left hand side, we see clients, we see projects. We can even add tags if we wanted to. And if like, let's see here. So here I have some tags, but I can add them here in this tags section, but I can also add them. Let me go back to my timer here. I can also add them right here. So I can select from what I've already got, or I could say new tag, and then I could click this create new tag, right? So multiple ways to add new tags. And then all of those clients and projects are in this little folder button here. And I can also create a new project here as well. So it makes it really intuitive and really easy. But most of the time you would look here on the left hand side and manage your projects, clients, and tags over here. Also reporting your reports. It's really easy to pull a report right here from the left hand side. But if you're just recording your time, you can totally do that just right here as well. So it makes it really easy. So let's just go ahead and practice putting in a time. So let's say we wanted to start time. So what we could do is, let's say we're working on video, recording video training. Let's say I'm about to start this task. What I can do is I can go ahead and press the play and notice that it starts keeping time. Okay. Now, one of the things that and this is totally up to you how you prefer to do it, but if you happen to, and you can always edit these, by the way, you can always edit your time entries. So if you wanted to get this started, but like, let's say you actually, forgot to start it 5 minutes ago. Once you're done with this task, you would be able to edit it later. But let's go ahead and say, okay, this is for, let's do Lady Diva Boss. Let's do a coaching call, and let's do, you know, training. Okay. Um, and so, and you can select multiple tags, by the way. So let's say class, let's say ClickUp, whatever. Okay. I usually like to also tag the client. So I will have a tag for every client as well. And I'll show you why that's beneficial in just a little while also. So let's say I'm done with this. So I can press stop, and here it is down here. Now let's say I did need to edit it. Let's say I actually started this at 8:42. So I forgot to start my timer an hour ago. It's really easy to change. I just click on it, and then, you know, I can, you know, change it to whatever. I can change the date if it was a different date, whatever. I can also add in time. Like let's say I wrote down a phone call that I took while I was driving, and I wanted to come in and add it to this once I got back to the office. So I could actually switch this over to manual mode. Here, this little plus sign. And then I could say phone call with client. And then let's say this is for financial services, and we don't have a project there. So let's just create a new project. So we're going to go here. I'm going to say phone call, and let's select, so we can turn privacy on. Let's click on advanced options. So all this I don't really mess too much with, but you could if you wanted to. Since I don't have any additional people added to my Toggl, everybody just gets their own. I don't need to change anything here. Depending on how big your organization is, though, you would want to edit these, you know, members and access and all that. Okay. But let's say here, this is for financial services, time frame. I always just put start of the year whenever I'm adding something new. That way, if I wanted to go back and enter in past information, it would at least be, you know, back till the start of the year. And then time estimate, I leave that off. So, and then I just click create project, which, by the way, you can also change the colors if you wanted to. Like if you didn't want this orange, when you create a new project, you have the opportunity to change that color if you want to. And if you, after you've done it, if you want to change the color, you can just go here to projects and can sort by client, and then we can go in and find that is right here. So then we can edit project and change it. Okay, so that's how we would do that. Let's go back to timer. So here we're manually entering our task. Then we would select our tags. So I want to make sure that I create a tag for my client name. And this is just helpful if you ever forget something, one thing or another, because sometimes I do. And so we'll create a tag for phone call, financial services, and then let's say that we did this yesterday, and I'll just say this was from 8:46 to 8:55 a.m. Okay, and then we just click the plus sign, and it adds it down there as a phone call. Okay, so now let's say we want to run a report for our clients, because we're going to bill them, right? So let's go ahead and go to reports. And what I want to point out here, a few things, is you have summary reports and you have detailed reports. So summary reports are really nice because they show you like a week at a time. They will also show you, like, let's say I want to go from the 10th to the 18th. Okay. It'll show you whatever selection of time you have here, and it shows you, it's really nice to look at it and see kind of with these bar graphs here, and then also these pie charts. It says, oh, well, what did you spend the most time on? Well, the majority of my time was spent on this coaching call, or whatever for this client. But the really great thing about it is I can break this down by client. So let's say I'm going to bill a client. So let's say I'm going to bill Lady Diva Boss. All right. And this will pull up from this time period. So this billing period, maybe I'm billing for, let's say I'm billing for the month. Okay. So this is I'm billing for the month. It will pull up, you know, everything I've done. It'll show it on the bar graph. It'll show all these projects here in a pie chart. And let's say I wanted to do the detailed report. So I always provide clients with summary reports and detailed reports because people like to look at information different ways. It's also a good way for me to catch errors. If like, let's say that this said like 10 hours. Well, I would know that, oh my gosh, I was not recording a training video for 10 hours. So I need to go back and check that time. So it's a good way for me to double check myself as well. But the important thing is when you're running these reports, make sure you always have the client selected. Okay. And then lastly, so summary and detailed, those are really important. Now I know they have the option to create invoices. I use a different platform for creating invoices, but if you wanted to, you could create an invoice here for, you know, your business if you wanted to. I don't use their invoice feature, but if you wanted to, let me know what you think of it. Let me know how you like it. I just use a different feature. Okay, or a different platform. All right, so let's go back to here to our reports because I want to show you. So I've got my client here, Lady Diva Boss. But let's say that I was looking for work that I did on a specific project. I don't remember, you know, where I put it or whatever. I can actually pull up, you know, either by tags. I can search by tags, but let's say I didn't remember what I tagged it with. I could go to description and I could put it in there. I could search up like phone call, let's just say, and there it pulls it up. Okay, so I can pull it up multiple ways. Let me just clear this. So let's clear that. Let's go by, let's pull up by just using the tag for our client, Lady Diva Boss. So this is the week. I didn't do anything for them this week. Last week I did 1 hour. Okay. So the reason why I always tag with the client as well is just like a little backup, just in case you need, you know, more search options later. Okay. Because if you have multiple clients and you're doing multiple projects, multiple tasks, like this can get really, really full. All right. So make sure, set up your client, set up your tag with the client's name as well. And then in the description, let's say, for example, you have multiple phone calls. Maybe what I like to do is when I'm dealing with multiple client projects, I might have Brandy dash phone call with client. Okay. And then maybe I have a phone call with other clients, Mr. Smith phone call. Okay. This is, let's just say, this is financial services. So maybe in here, I have financial services, I have phone call, and I also maybe have Mr. Smith as a tag. Okay. So I can create that as well. But the point is that before your task, if you will put the name of the client, that also helps keep things super organized if you have multiple clients. Now, if you only have 1 or 2 clients, it's not gonna make a big difference. But if you're starting to work on projects for like 5, 10, 20, 50 clients, this will make it a lot easier in reporting. It also, just as a tip, when you download files, put the name of the client in the front of the file or like the date in the front of the file. It's just going to make your life a lot easier when you're like organizing a bajillion things. So yeah, so that would look something like this. So it would be Brandy phone call, Mr. Smith phone call. And it's just a quick way to visually see, like, okay, who's taken up your time, right? Maybe you have a team meeting with this person or a meeting with this client. Like, if you put their name in front of the task when you're typing it in like this, it's going to be a lot easier and smoother for you when you're running reports. And you'll be able to catch more errors that way as well. Because, we're human, we all mess up. So, again, you're probably going to be using the projects function, the clients function, the tags function, and then obviously the reports function over here on the left-hand side. The majority of your time is going to be spent in your timer when you're, recording time, putting in tasks. Make sure you switch from, like the actual auto mode versus manual mode. Okay. So timer, if you want to just start your timer as soon as you sit down to work, you can do that. You should be able to do this on your phone as well. But I do appreciate the desktop version for a lot of the administrative side of things, like creating the projects, clients, and tags. So if you use the app on your phone, you'll probably find it easier to set all this up on the desktop. Okay, so that's an overview. I know it was a little long, but I hope it is thorough, and I hope that this helps you understand kind of things. Also, here, real quick, I guess last thing, I will tell you, there are multiple ways to view your work here. So use whatever view works best for you. Let me show you here. Let me go. So when we're in calendar view, it's only going to show you Monday to Sunday. And when you're in timesheet view, it's only going to show you Monday to Sunday as well. So you're not going to be able to see more than a week at a time. So list view is the only way you'd be able here to see more than, just a week, and when you're in your timer. Now in reports, again, don't forget summary reports and detailed reports. Both are very important because clients like to see things in both views, from what I've noticed from the multiple clients I've worked with. And yeah, so that, make sure, you change your period here for your billing period, whatever you're billing for. Or if your client wants you to send like a Monday to Sunday type report or just whatever. Usually, I've found that, well, it just depends on the client. You just need to clarify with your client, do they want you to send your report once a week, once a month, just only when you bill, or, from this meeting to that meeting, just, clarify it with them, because they're all different. Everybody has their own preferences. So, but yeah, this is, the other thing I would tell you is, some clients have their own time tracking software, and that's wonderful. If they do, I would still just recommend that you keep time for yourself, for your own records on your own reporting platform. So whether that is using Toggl or just a sheet of paper where you're writing your time down, just keep records for yourself, just for your own protection and your own reporting. Because if something happens and their platform goes down or you lose access to it, then you have no way to get those records. So always keep up with it on your own platform as well. So that would be my recommendation to you. Okay, well, I think that takes care of this. I don't want to keep going over it. I think this is pretty thorough. So, but let me know if you use the Create Invoice, how you like it. Let me know if there's anything else that you want information on, or whatever, any other features of Toggl that you like. Let me know what you think. And yeah, till next time.